Hey, welcome in everybody. In this video, I'm going to be using Autocad to create this interlacement design that you see here. So what I'm going to do is I want to go to, where's my Autocad? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to go up to where you see new. And what I want to do first, usually always, unless it's already set up for you, I'm going to create a brand new layer because we don't want to draw on layer 0. So I'm going to go to layer properties. I'm going to click on this stack of papers with the yellow starbursty thing. I'm going to name this layer object. I'm going to make this color. I'm going to click that, make our swatch red. You can do whatever you want. For line weight, I want this to be somewhere around 0.3 millimeters, I think. I'm going to make another layer. I'm going to call it dimension, but just DIM. Actually, I'm not going to call it dimension. I'm going to call it dim because I don't want to type all that out. So this color, I'm going to make it, I don't know, yellow. And then the line weight for it does not need to be 0.3. We can make it 0.2. I'm going to double left click on the object layer to make that our current layer. I want to click the X to get out of our dialog box. And then down here in the status bar, I'm going to click on this where you see line weight display. And if you don't see line weight display, come over all the way to the right where you see the customization button and just look for line weight here in the list and just check it to make sure it has a check mark by it, and then that'll put it down here. So what that does, it shows your line weight thicknesses, kind of what you have set up in your layers. But anyway, to start off this drawing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the draw panel. We're going to make a rectangle, so I'm going to go rectangle. I'm just going to draw, let's start on our origin. So the first point of my rectangle is going to be 0, 0. Press enter. Let me pan over a little bit. So then this rectangle is going to be a 2 by 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in 2, 2. Press enter. So there's our nice 2 by 2 rectangle. So then I'm going to take this, I'm going to offset it by 0.20. Press enter. I'm going to select my rectangle. I'm just going to click somewhere inside that box. So left click it. Then we're going to have two kind of squares there. Hit escape here. So now to make the other one where it's kind of rotated, I found out the easier way to do that is if I go up to where you see rotate in the modify panel, click on rotate. I'm going to select these two boxes, 1, 2, press enter. So the base point is going to be the center of this rectangle here. So just kind of click on the center point here. And then I'm really not going to rotate it. I'm going to copy the one that I have and rotate it. So where you see rotate down here, I'm going to click on the copy and I'm going to type in 45. So what that's going to do, it's going to copy it and rotate it 45 degrees. So it's not going to get rid of the original. That one's going to stay. So press enter and boom, there we go. All right, so I'm going to go up to where the same place we had our rectangle. I'm going to click that arrow, but I'm going to use a polygon. And so the number of sides I want is going to be 8. Press 8. The center is going to be the center of these squares. And then I'm going to use the circumscribed about circle option. So I'm going to click that one. And I'm going to click on the top point of this rotated box. So there's that. And then what I want to do is just offset this by 0.2. I'm going to offset this one out like so. Hit the escape key. All right, so I'm going to use the trim tool and we're going to just try to trim out. So these lines go over, under, over, under. It gets really confusing, but I'm going to start off with, let's say over here. So I want to get rid of this lines. I want to get rid of these. I want to get rid of these. I want to get rid of this one and this one. I want to get rid of here and here. And then here. Oop, yeah, there. Did I do that? Yeah, I think I did. Okay. And then this one and this one is gone. And then here and here. Let me right click, hit cancel. So let me just double check this to make sure. I messed up the first time, so I had to come back and redo it. Don't tell anyone. Okay, that's why you may see a little discontinuation of the video, because yeah, sometimes I make mistakes. You know, it's not often, but you know, actually I make a lot. Anyway, so that one goes over here, it goes under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Yeah. I think we got this right. I don't want to redo this again, so I'm making double, triple, quadruple sure. Okay, I think we're good there. If not, you know, just pretend like I got that correct. What I want to do now is I'm going to add some dimensions on here. So I'm going to go up to the layers. Instead, I'm going to click the object, but I want to click on dimension. And then under annotation, I'm going to click where it says the second standard, this icon here, dimension style. I'm going to go to modify. And I just want to change a couple of settings here. Under it, where it says fit, use overall scale, I'm going to change this from 1 to 0.5. And then under primary units, I'm going to go where it says precision. I'm going to change this to 0.00. Click OK there. I think that's all I need to do. I'm going to click close. Now I'm going to add some dimensions. So I'll go under annotation, not angular. I'm going to use the aligned. Let me zoom in here. So I'm going to pick this line, this line. I'm going to drag this up. So that's 0.2. And then I'm going to add the angular dimension. So change this to angular. I'm going to click this line, drag it down a little bit. That's 45. And then I'm going to add a leader. So under annotation, I don't want to add a leader. I want to use the leader. And so I'm going to pick where do I want my text to be, somewhere over here. And then I'm going to pick where do I want this arrow to point. So I'm going to turn off my ortho. Under my object snaps, I'm going to turn off all these things except for nearest. Where it is nearest? Yeah, I want to turn on nearest. I'm going to turn off all these other ones. Just leave nearest checked. So then when I get near to anything that it gets near to, it selects it. Do you want there? Do you want there? Do you want there? I want it to be about right here, as a matter of fact. Yeah. And then for my text, I want 2.00 and then capital SQ period. Left click somewhere out of it. Now notice a couple of things. My text is super huge. Let me close my properties because your screen is probably going to look something like this maybe. So to get that properties, I'm going to left click on my text, right click, click on properties. Now I get this properties box. So for my overall scale, instead of 1, I'm going to change this to 0.5. And it kind of shrinks that down. So here I can just kind of grab this dot here and just kind of move it over a little bit, maybe even up. So I get that kind of bendy arrow thingy. And then I'm going to add another leader. So I'm going to go under leader. This time I'm going to add leader. And I'm going to select somewhere up in here maybe. No, I'm going to pick my leader. First, the leader that already exists. Pick that first. Sorry. And then you're going to pick where do you want it to go. So somewhere up here. And then right click, hit enter. So there's our dimensions. So we have all of that drawn. So I hope that helped. Make sure you save it. You don't want to have to redo it all again, because yeah, that's a pain. So save it, and then I hope that helped, and see you next lesson. All right, peace.